this spring? You feel like you got done what you wanted to get done this spring? And what about today?
I feel like this spring was phenomenal in my opinion. You know, from week 1 to week 15, we got better. You know, as we all know, we got a whole new defensive staff, but I feel like the defense picked up pretty well on it. And today we just flew around, had fun in front of the fans, and just show them how hard we've been working this spring.
Landon, what about today? I think we had you with a couple sacks. Just what did you feel about the first D overall?
I thought we played a pretty good scrimmage. You know, I mean, there was some mess ups, but that's always gonna happen when you're having a whole new staff, new defense and everything. But I mean, I think we flew around really well. I mean, we came out of the scrimmage injury free, so that's a plus.
Greer, he seems like he's coming on from the start. You know, talk about Antonio's progress this spring.
Antonio has been a great addition to the linebacker room, in my opinion. I feel like anybody on the defense should say that. You know, he's a high, energetic guy. He just loves football. That's the type of guy that you can go to and, you know, just watch film for hours, and he wouldn't mind, you know. But as far as how he worked this spring, he worked his tail off, man, and it just shows. You know, he picked up on the defense pretty well. He flies around and he communicates. You know, that's the biggest thing at linebacker. We just got to communicate because we the quarterback of the defense. So we got to, you know, just communicate things like that. And he just picked up on terminology like that, you know, and just having him in the linebacker room has just been great.
He's got a little bit of a head start in this bowl game. Talk about him. Has he kind of picked up where you left off there?
Yeah, he definitely has. He definitely has. You know, Crook has came in and, you know, been working harder than he was last year, you know, and I like that about him. You know, Crook is a hard worker anyways, you know, so for him to pick up where he left off from last year and continue that progress, you know, it was great.
Landon, I asked Jeff Coates the other night about the depth of defensive end. I asked him, he'd say he'd never played on a team that had this kind of depth at defensive end. Talk about that. I mean, you guys got 6 players that can all play out there. Just talk about the depth.
I love it. It's going to keep every single one of us fresh all throughout a game. So, I mean, we'll go into a fourth quarter just as hot as we are in the first. And I think that'll be really good for our whole defense overall because the faster we get to the quarterback, the less time the DBs have to cover. And I think we got the guys that can do it. So I'm really excited for this season to come.
Get to hit the quarterback much as you'd probably like to, but you do get credit for sacks. I think you had 10 today. Well, what'd y'all think of the sacks total and just the aggressiveness, you know?
I mean, it was a pretty good day. We've had better this spring, I'd say, but I think the offense had a really good day, and I feel like once fall camp comes back around, we just need to pick up where we left off and bring the same energy.
Landon, one of the moves they made on the offensive line last couple of weeks is moving Kudus to tackle. I'm wondering if you had any head matchups with him, and what makes him a good tackle.
I personally think they should have done that a long time ago. I mean, I think he's really good out there. His feet are great, and he has the power. He has the strength. So, I mean, he's by far one of our best offensive linemen, and I think he'll be a really dominant offensive lineman as he ages.
Consistently impressed you throughout these 15 practices?
I'd say him. Yeah, I'd say Pooh.
Why?
He brings that energy every day. He doesn't have an off day. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody has bad days, but he comes in the locker room and you wouldn't suspect it. So I mean, whenever he's on the field, he's just there to play football and go to work, and that's what he's done every day of spring.
I said a guy that really just came in and just really caught the attention would have to be Snatch Johnson. I'm gonna be honest. Snatch Johnson has really came in and just impressed me, as well as it's another guy, Antonio Greer. Like I was saying earlier, I already gave my spiel on Antonio, but as far as Snatch, man, he came in and I just love a DB that's physical. Yeah, a DB that can cover. Yeah, I mean, you would expect that from a DB, but having a DB that could cover as well as come downhill and set edges and things like that and make plays, that's a gem, man. And that's what Snatch has showed me. He showed me that he can have that energy. He has that dog in him for real. So Snatch had been the guy that really just caught my eye and was like, man, I'm so ready to play Saturdays with him. It ain't even funny.
Carter out there today. It's good to have him back. He got hurt in this thing last year right on the first series, but he had, I believe, 2 sacks. But anyway, he had a good day. Talk about how nice it is to have Carter back, Carter back.
you know, TC is a high energetic guy anyway. I love playing with TC because TC, no matter the mood, TC gonna always he always got that fire under him. He always, you know, he gonna be that guy that's just gonna bring energy every single play. He gonna do it every play. So having a guy like him in front of me, especially on the defensive line, you know, it's gonna free up a lot of things. Like it's gonna free up a lot of gaps for me and things like that. Allow me to play because he's just a guy who just love, you know, just putting the team first. He puts the team first. Sometimes he's sacrificing himself, but he's happy to see that the defense is thriving. That's the type of guy that I like to play behind.